It must have been like after all that sleep that I got last night. Why does my voice sound like that? Anyway, I experienced something this morning that I never experienced in my whole entire life, and that is my alarm went off and I wasn't even tired. My alarm went off at 5 o'clock this morning, and I woke up like I had gotten, like, because I got so much sleep last night because I went to sleep at like 5 in the afternoon. And I was like awake for like a couple hours from like 10 to 1. Then I went back to sleep, but don't know why my voice sounds like this. Hopefully it goes away before I have to go on a sick call because that would be very cringe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I drink a ginger ale, maybe that'll make it go away. It's worth a try, right? And like, just for the record, guys, let me just make this real clear to y'all. Because I was talking on the phone to Mom last night, and she said that someone thought they got the vibe from my videos that I regret joining the Army, and I do not, okay? I mean, it has its days when I do, but, I mean, that's with every job. When I did EMS, I loved it with my whole entire heart, and there was days that I did regret that, but that I would, like, ask myself, why didn't I get, like, an office job or something? But in the end, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, I would never get an office job, okay? My love is the Army or something like EMS, something where I get some action here and there every day. So, yeah, just putting that out there. I do enjoy my job. Actually, I just texted my recruiter yesterday because I was asking him about one of my jobs terminated me as an employee, like one of the jobs that I have back home. And I asked him about it because I was pretty sure they had to keep me on as an employee for 5 years. So I texted him to get all that, to confirm my suspicions. And he said, yeah, they have to keep you on for 5 years. So he said, talk to them. If you don't figure anything out, then he said, just have them contact me. And he said he'll take care of it. So, I said that to say this. When I was finished with that interaction, I texted him, I told him, thank you for talking me into joining the Army because I love it. I actually do love it. I don't want to stay in for the full 20 because I have, you know, I would like to say I am a career girly, but I am not, okay? I just, like, I cannot be for the rest of my life. I just tell people, I'm putting my socks on right now, okay, if you want to know. I just tell people that it's just a side quest until I can actually be a mom. You know what I'm saying? It's a little dark in here. I had to turn on these lights because, like, it'd still be dark outside. But, like, look. The sun is coming up, boys. Anyway, I got some apple juice. That's what this weird liquid is right here. And then this is my favorite. It's got, like, strawberries and, like, blueberries and then, like, blackberries on it. Blackberries, high-key expensive. Looked at them at Walmart and instantly said no. Also got this blueberry, like, muffin. Been eating these since I'm in Fort Sam, and I will never go back. They're so delicious. And then, like, got my usual biscuits, gravy, and bacon. Guys, I just got back from work. It's like, I got off work like half an hour early today. That was nice, because, I mean, it was another hectic day. You know, layouts this morning. Thank goodness that today, I believe, is our last day of layouts. Till they decide they want to do layouts again. So, that's nice. That means I don't have to go to work early, stay late over my lunch break, all that stuff. But then in the afternoon, we did CLS research, so it's just like people that are already CLS certified, Combat Lifesaver certified. That's like a step above like TC3. Like CLS providers can do MPAs, they can do needle Ds, garbage like that. I don't think they can give any medications. They used to be able to give IVs, but they're not allowed to anymore. Don't know why. Anyway, but got some government travel card. I have to get a government travel card before I can go to Missouri for whatever class I need to take for DSERF. So we've been having issues with that. We got that figured out today, so one should be coming in the mail. My sergeant then made me take Sudafed because I have a cold, and I only take half a dose if I'm being so honest. She said, did you take Sudafed? I said, yes, that was not a lie. I did take Sudafed. I just didn't take the full dose. Because, low-key, I hate taking medication. Even though I do it sometimes like I did yesterday, taking my medication feels like so weak. Just tough it out, bro. You'll be fine. It's just a little cold, but I gotta do what my sergeant tells me. You know what I'm saying? To a point. So, then I I tried to call mom for advice. Then dad picked up the phone, did not give me the advice I wanted, so gotta call mom. Because she'll understand me, because she's a girl. But dad, he's a dude, doesn't always understand. So anyway, gotta wait for her to finish up with some customer in the store so she can call me back. Not saying that dad's advice is bad, because obviously I'd be taking his advice and stuff, but in this situation, I need a second opinion, okay?
So here's the deal, guys. This is what, so like I call mom and dad to get some advice on like, okay, so there's this, like I said, on Sunday, I drove this guy to church, okay? So he finds out that our church has church on Wednesday nights too. He hit me up, asked me if I would pick him up for Wednesday night church. Here's the thing. Just to be honest with you, I'm happy if I get myself to church on Wednesday night, okay? Because by the time I get off work out, get ready for church, get a shower, all that good stuff, and get to the DFAC, I am running for time to get there in time, you know what I'm saying? And he lives 15 minutes that way, so I drive 15 minutes to get him, and then the extra 15 minutes to go to church is an extra half hour for just one drive. Then it's an extra hour. So for one trip to go to church, to pick him up, it's a whole extra hour of me driving. So number one, that's expensive as all get out because my truck is terrible on gas. It's a truck. And two, I just don't have the time. And I was like, is that like selfish of me? Like, but like, mom was like, maybe you can find someone else to like pick him up, like take turns or something. Cause like, that is going to get super expensive for me to be driving that much extra just to bring him to church. And I have to find out if this guy actually wants to go to church or if he's just bored and needs something to do on the weekends and wants to get out and go somewhere. Because, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then another thing, and I am fully judging when I say this. I know we're both in the Army. I know how much money he makes. I know that I'm an E4 and he's an E2, okay? So he makes a little bit less than I do. But I own a very expensive truck, okay? It's not a very expensive truck. Okay, but let's just be honest. I pay $538.90 just for the truck payment every month. Plus I have insurance, plus how much it costs of gas money. He could easily buy, and I pay a mortgage every month too. So he could easily buy himself a little car that gets good gas mileage, a cheap little car. He could afford it. If I can afford all that stuff with E4, he can afford just a little thing for E2 pay. This is what I'm saying. Like, obviously, I do not mind picking up people and bringing them to church. Like, I love to do that. That's great. But, like, I can't be taken advantage of, okay? Like, I can't afford that much extra driving every week because I go to church quite often, as you guys know. So I'm just going to have to tell him no for Wednesday nights. I'll pick him up and bring him to church on Sunday mornings, possibly Sunday nights, but he might just have to hit up a homeboy if he wants to get to church. If that man really wants to get to church, if he actually wants to get to church and he's not trying to just get out on the weekends and go somewhere, he'll find a way. But, I mean, I am going to still drive him out there on Sunday morning, but if he wants to do any extra church activities, because there are a pile at that church. Like, they're literally doing something almost every day there. And plenty of things during Sunday. Like, you could be at church all day long. If he wants to do any of that extra stuff, he's going to have to get a hold of someone else to bring him because I just can't do it. I just don't have the time, and I don't have the patience because, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even like this guy this much. I do not like this guy this much. He's very annoying to me. He's been annoying to me ever since I met him in AIT. I'm just being really honest. And I'm just driving him to church because, you know, got to get the boys to go to church. Because okay, well, here's the thing, because couldn't get it out of my head that keeps saying, invite him to church, and I was like, I don't want to invite him to church because I don't like him that much at all. And I definitely do not want to be driving an hour away out of my time every Sunday to drive him to church. But, you know, you gotta do what the voice in your head be telling you to do. So I invited him to church. Then he didn't text me back for a couple weeks, and so I was like, oh, okay, maybe that was just a little test. You know, I did what I was told. I was like, maybe I'm in the clear. And then he texts me, I'm like, no. I mean, like, obviously I want him to go to church, but, like, is this making any sense? Like, I want him to go to church, but he's kind of annoying. It's just my sacrifice. This is my sacrifice to God, bro. Me driving this guy that I don't even like that much to church, driving a whole extra hour out of my way, bro. Gotta make sacrifices, I guess. But anyway, this is gonna be a Sunday morning type thing, okay? If he wants to go any other time, I'm gonna have to hit somebody else up because I don't have the patience, the time, or the money. I hope I didn't I'm scared that I'm being selfish by saying that, but okay, I guess we'll see what happens. Guys, I think I just need to go find some back roads to drive on and listen to some Zach Bryan. That always clears my head. But you know what the sad thing is? There's no back roads around here. I've been searching and I have not found. It's so annoying. You have to go the exact speed limit everywhere you go because there's cops everywhere. There's no back roads where you can just be yonking your car around, blasting the music. But I do blast music. I don't really care. It's if you don't like my music, put your windows up. Am I right? That's what my speakers are for. I pay for the speakers. I'm gonna use all of them. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, I can't say that I'm that stressed in life right now. Guys, guess what? We have a 3-day weekend this weekend. Because I think that Monday is St. Patrick's Day. I think that's this weekend. But I think I have to get a root canal done on Monday. So that might kind of kill the vibe. I think that I have to get it done this Monday. But at least get the day off, though. That'd be nice. And guess what? Okay, wisdom teeth. Let's talk about that. Getting a tooth pulled. In general, you get 1 day of quarters, which means in the Army that you get 1 day off. You don't have to go in. So life hack, they said, do this. Get one tooth taken out at a time so you can have 4 days of quarters instead of just 1 day of quarters. If you get one tooth taken out, get a day of quarters. Wait a little bit, get another tooth taken out, get a day of quarters. I wonder if I can get a day of quarters when I get implants. Not boob implants, okay? I'm talking teeth implants because I lost 2 teeth right here, and I'm able to get free implants. So I wonder if I get quarters after that because they're literally going to have to drill into my tooth, put a little okay, this is how they explain it to me. I don't know if this is how it actually works, but this is how they explain it to me. They put a hole in your gum. They put a Tapcon. They put a Tapcon type thing, if that's the easiest way to explain it, in your gum, and then they screw the tooth in, but there's glue in there, so it you can't unscrew it or anything. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they do it. So that low-key seems scary, but it would be nice to have my teeth back because honestly, didn't realize how much of a hole it was going to leave. I didn't think those teeth were that big. I was sure, take them out. And I guess that there was actually no other way than to take them out because they were too far gone. I've been having issues with those teeth for years, honestly, but never took off work because that's expensive, and also I just couldn't take off work. They gave me the hardest time getting a day off work. Just when I was trying to join the Army, I had to get a cardiogram done and an EKG done because I have a heart murmur, so the Army had to make sure that my heart wasn't broken. My heart is not broken, it works just fine. I get chest pain every now and then, but that's normal, right? At least that's what I tell myself. If my heart explodes, I guess, wow, too bad. I have good life insurance. Anyway, I hardly could get a day off work just to do that, okay? I also had 3 jobs at that point in time, so I worked a whole entire month one time and never took a day off work. And I worked myself sick, literally. I never take off a day for being sick. I told you guys that before. But I had to. I woke up and I just couldn't do it. I worked so hard because, and you'd be oh, you worked 8-hour days? No, I did not work 8 hours days. It was 12 at the very least for a whole entire month. I was working my cheeks off. I would get home from work, just go straight to bed, not do anything, wake up and get... But it's called the hustle, guys. You gotta do the hustle when you're young before you get your family because that's how you can afford stuff. You just gotta work your life away because what else was I doing? Going home to my apartment in the evening, watching movies. I wasn't doing anything at all. So, if in that time, I might as well be working, Wow, why did I get off on this tangent, guys? I don't even remember what I was saying. Taking a day off work, something about teeth. Oh, yeah, so I was number 1, getting teeth done, mad expensive, and I don't have any insurance. I do now, but I didn't then. And I was if I can take a day off work, number 1, if I can take a day off work, that'd be crazy, insane. But also, then that means that if I'm not at work, I'm not making money, and I'm giving a bunch of money to the dentist? What? That seems too expensive, so I just left my teeth alone. I hadn't been to the dentist. I wasn't, it was a year before COVID, so it was 2018 to 2019 or something like that. And
the first time I had my teeth evaluated was when I was in processing at basic training. There's something like, oh, your teeth are like decaying. You have like 2 teeth that are decaying. I was like, well, cool. Who cares? Let me go to basic training. You know, I was afraid that they weren't going to let me go because, like, when you're in reception, there's a lot of things that can hold you back, and I was afraid that they were going to make me get that fixed before I could go to basic training. Bruh, let me tell you the relief I felt when they called out my number and were like, you're going to be shipping out tomorrow. Because, bro, reception, so bad. Low-key, reception, that 1 week of reception was worse than basic training. The whole 10 weeks of basic training. Because, like, I think in reception you kind of realize, oops, I done something bad. I shouldn't have signed that contract. Like, it's like, maybe it's different. I think it might be different if you go to basic training right out of high school. But I had been a free man for like 2 years. Or doing what I wanted. I'd been living alone, you know, getting my truck and drive wherever I want. And then you get to reception, and then you realize here they have you waking up at 3 in the morning. You don't get to do what you want. You can't just drive off in your truck and go live your life. I remember like the second day of reception, we were standing outside. They had to do 100% accountability because obviously people be running away in reception, bro. They have signs all over the walls that are like all of like the things that can happen if you go AWOL, when they find you, all the things that are going to happen. Because obviously people be running, bro. Like they did this thing like when you first get there. I have the coughs. They're like, okay, this is your last chance. I think they do it twice. They're like, this is your last chance. If you want to get out of the army, if you don't want to do this, go stand on, like, in this certain area. And I was like, I want to stand there so bad, but I don't want to look weak, so I just, you know, stood there like, yeah, I want to join the army. And at that time, I was like, I've made a big mistake. I don't regret it now. Like I said this morning, I don't regret it now, but then, like, I remember standing outside, like, the barracks. We had to do, like, 100% accountability every night. And one of the drill sergeants drove their truck up there, and it looked just like mine, and it was like, what I would do to be back home and just be able to get in my truck and drive away. But anyway, that's enough blabbing for right now. I have to get ready for church. But, like, also, and this is hard to explain. I've tried to explain this to mom and dad, or, like, my family. I don't know if it makes any sense to them, but, like, if I would have known the things that I know now, as in, like, army-wise, I would have never signed the contract back then. And it's hard to explain as to I don't regret the signing the contract and saying that. But I'm going to try to explain this to you. It's like when you get to basic training and you start to learn all the things that you're going to have to do in the army, the amount of freedom that you get taken away from in the army. Because like your recruiter's going to tell you, once you get out of basic training, it's going to be a 9 to 5. It's going to be super... And actually, for the most part, that is right. But there's a lot of things, a lot of freedoms that you get taken away. So if I would have known all of that, I wouldn't have ever signed the contract. I'd been like, I would never be able to deal with that. But I think it's like, after you're in basic training for 10 weeks, they literally break you. They literally, like, obviously that's what basic training is for. It's like, they break you down and build you back up as a different person. So, like, they brainwash you. So now, me, it just seemed normal. Like, once you get out of basic training, the things you have to do in the army, the kind of freedoms that are taken away, it seems normal. So you get out of basic training where you have zero freedom at all. Like, you have to be with a drill sergeant at all times. You can't even be alone. You have to have a battle buddy. You can't even be with someone of a different gender. You have to wake up when they tell you to. You have to, like, you're just literally doing everything that someone tells you to. You don't make decisions for yourself. So after you do that for 10 weeks, 24/7, you're brainwashed, okay? You get to AIT and you're like, whoa, we're allowed to have beef jerky in our rooms? Okay, so you're like, so like, at that point in time, you're like so used to having no freedom that having that little bit of freedom, it's like so like something you never thought you would care about too much in life. It's like, whoa, I can have ice cream now? Whoa, I can have Mountain Dew now? But in AIT, you're not allowed to have, like, caffeine. You're not allowed to have, like, any, like, food other than beef jerky or protein bars in your room. And you're still, like, you can't have a vehicle in AIT. You have, like, formations. Like, you can't be out. Like, you have a super early curfew. You can't be out after. You can only go out on the weekends. You can't be out after, like, 8 o'clock. We got, like, that as a privilege one night, was 8 o'clock, having a formation at 8 o'clock. Normally, they're at, like, 6 or 7. You can't even sleep with your door closed. Some AIT you're allowed to, but at Fort Sam, the suicide rate is super high, so they have drill sergeants walking the hall every night, shining a flashlight in your face, making sure people are still alive, you know. So yeah, then you get into the real army. That's what they call it once you get out of AIT and basic. And then I do not have anywhere near the freedom that I used to have in life. But after being in basic and AIT for almost a whole entire year, it was more like 8 months or so, I'm shocked by all the freedom I have. Whoa, I can have a vehicle? Like, I don't have to have someone with me all the time. I have no formations on the weekends. I don't have a curfew. As long as I show up for formation in the morning and I, do my work day, it's like all chill and stuff. But also, it's like the fact where on the weekends, I can't drive any farther. Like, there's a certain mile radius. I'm not even allowed to have a weapon of any sort in my building. At any time, an NCO can say, I want to come in and see what your place of dwelling looks like. If it's messy, I'm going to make you clean it up, which that's not an issue for me, but some people, like, you can't even freely have a messy room in the Army. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's so many kinds of freedoms that they take away that you don't even realize until you look back in life and be like, oh, there's so many things I used to be able to do. But I do not regret it. It just, like, comes on slowly. They just kind of, actually, I wouldn't even say they wean you into it, or it comes on slowly, because it's just, like, a big culture shock when you get to basic training. But, after a while, they just brainwash you, and it doesn't really matter that much, so that would probably make sense to people more, like, if they were actually in the Army. I don't know, because I try to explain that to people, but I don't know if it gets through their heads. They just get the thought that, oh my word, you regret joining the Army. Actually, a lot of people say they regret joining the Army, but I think they're lying. Like, how can you regret it? It's not even that bad. It's, the camaraderie is great. You have a guaranteed paycheck twice a month. Doesn't matter. I was on med hold for 2 months in Alpha Company, sat on my butt all day for 2 months, didn't do anything, and guess what? I still got paid the same amount of money. If that would happen to me in the civilian world, as an EMT, if I would have broken my leg, I'd have been cooked. If I would have been, like, at home, like, doing something stupid and broke my leg, and I wouldn't have got, like, what do they call it? Like, when you get money, what do they call it? Like, when you get an injury at work and they kind of take care of you, they sort of take care of you, and your bills, I don't remember the name of it, but anyway, if I wouldn't have gotten hurt at work, and probably still if I would have got hurt at work, I wouldn't have gotten paid nearly what I would normally make when I wasn't hurt. Get what I'm saying? Like, here, if you be getting hurt and you can't go to work, you're still going to get paid. If you take days off, I've never had a job where I had paid days, but for, like, 2 months at the end of December, or for 2 weeks at the end of December, I was hanging out at mom and dad's house, getting paid, 2 weeks at the beginning of January, I was hanging out at mom and dad's house, getting paid. Get what I'm saying? Like, you actually have paid leave here. Like, my days be racking up again, but I want to keep them all so I can go home for Christmas, but, yeah. It's kind of hard to explain. You want to understand. It's like, if you know type thing, probably. I just did something, like, really cringe. So, like, the door, this one right here that I'm pointing at. Okay, so it's kind of like a hotel room door. If you let it close, it automatically locks, okay? So, don't walk out of your room without your key card. You get what I'm saying? So normally, I just don't ever let it close, or I make sure that when I leave the room, I have my key card on me. I was on the phone with mom, got distracted, just walked out, just let the door close behind me, realized, oops, I'm cooked. Another very bad thing was, I was about to get a shower to leave for church. So I was literally in nothing but a towel, okay? I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? I'm, like, pretty much naked right now. Good thing I brought my phone out with me, because I would have been really cooked then. My keys are in there, all my clothes are in there, and I can't get back into my room because it's locked, okay? But then I realized, oh yeah, I literally have a bunch of clothes in the dryer. I checked the dryer, there was enough clothes to make an outfit, okay? I got a shower, washed my hair, I did my hair, and then I texted one of my homeboys, one of the medics, and I was like, so hypothetically, if you lock yourself out of your room, like, hypothetically, what do you do? So
He sent me the number for staff duty. I contacted them. They came over and unlocked the door for me. Thank goodness it was just like some private and it wasn't a sergeant, so he wasn't mad. They were really nice about it, but it was so cringe. Like, I felt bad that they had to like come over and like open my door for me. I'm gonna be like, I've always been so dramatic about making sure that that door is not locked or making sure I'm not leaving without my key card. I'm gonna even be more dramatic now. Like, I don't ever want to ever have to do that again. But anyway, way home from church tonight, I stopped at Walmart and like bought some trail mix #1 because it was very delicious. I'll just show you. Hold up. I bought this. They had it at the aid station the other day. We brought it to the motor pool. It kind of sat out in the sun, got hot. All the chocolate mellowed onto everything. We kind of shook it in the bag. Most delicious trail mix I ever had in my whole life. So, because you know, like a lot of trail mix, it's like once you get past the M&Ms, and you can just kind of taste like sawdust. So, anyway, I'm like really tired right now. If you didn't notice, I also bought this stuff. Low-key, working out is such an expensive sport, I'm not gonna lie. Especially if you like, if I was not in the army, like in the army you have like free access to the gyms. Not like if I was just like a civilian, I'd be like paying for my gym membership. Then this right here is what be costing so much. Like this creatine. Let me grab my receipt. This is mainly for Mom. I'm trying to explain this to her. I was talking to her in the store. I was trying to explain to her what the size of these are and how much they cost. Hold up. I'm gonna grab my receipt. Okay, let's see. Oh my word, where is it at? Okay, so this was almost $20. This was like $17 for this little thing. I actually never took creatine before, so I'm gonna see what it looks like. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure this is on-flavored. Yeah, I wanted it on-flavored so I can mix it with my protein shakes in the morning. I never took creatine, but the boys are telling me that it makes a huge difference. And I never started taking it because, like, I knew that it, like, makes your muscles look bigger and stuff like that. Just an FYI, it is not steroids. I'm not taking steroids, guys. Anyway, I heard that creatine doesn't really work. And, so I never took it before because I was like, it's expensive and I'm not going to waste my time on it. But the boys be telling me that if you want creatine to work, that people that tell me that it didn't work, we're not taking it correctly. So you have like a loading phase, so you have to like take more. I think this has like a 5-day loading phase with it. Yeah, so you have to take like 2 doses per day. And then there's a maintenance phase where you take like 1 dose a day. But you have to consistently take it and be consistent with your workout for it to work. And you have to drink a lot of water. So I was like, oh, no one explained that to me. So I bought this. I'm excited to use it. And they said that it takes months for you to see any difference. So I'm excited to see how this stuff, if this makes a difference at all. So we'll give it 6 months. If it doesn't make a difference, then I'm going to have to say bye-bye to it because it's high-key expensive, especially Bucked Up. Bucked Up is actually kind of an expensive brand, but the other stuff, I know that Bucked Up will work for sure because Bucked Up is low-key like a big brand when it comes to supplements or anything of that sort. So, ooh, we even have like a little thing. Some things don't have that, so ew, it tastes so bad. It low-key looks like powdered sugar, not gonna lie. Anyway, and then I just got this. I've had this for like years. Almost a year, actually. I've been taking this stuff for almost a year, obviously, and I have a big thing of it in my cupboard. It's like probably 3 times the size of this, and I've literally had it since before I went to basic training. Obviously, was not allowed to take supplements in basic training. If we would have been allowed to take supplements, take pre-workout, and take like protein powder, low-key would have been unstoppable. I missed so many gains, bro, in basic training because I didn't have all my supplements. That's okay, I guess. I wonder if this has like a little scoop with it because I know that my other one, the big bin that I have, does not have my scoop with it. Maybe that's why it was on sale because I did get it when it was on sale, so maybe that's why. No, it does not, but look, it's just like chocolate flavored. Chocolate flavored stuff is good, so, and I do like this stuff. It's better if you like mix it with milk, but I just mix it with water because water's free, and I hate spending money, so. I know I said that, and I literally just bought these. This one, just this little thing costed $21. It doesn't even last that long. Why is stuff so expensive, guys? But anyway, yeah, Mom. This, if you see any cheap stuff like this, buy it. Hit me up. Send it to me. Anyway, so yeah. We're doing litter PT tomorrow. We rarely do PT together, but we have been recently doing it a little bit more often. So, litter PT, I kind of like it, kind of don't like it. It's like one of those things you like it after you're finished, you know what I'm saying? That's like almost like with a lot of different workouts, body weight workouts. Like, I love lifting. I think I've said that before, but when I hate cardio workouts. Those are the kind of workouts you only feel good afterward, but gotta get those in too. I punish myself. Okay, this is how I do it. In the morning, I always, like in between, like when we run sick call and then we have to go back at 9:30, I always do my body weight workouts in the morning. So that's me doing that with my IOTV on, with my plate carrier on and running, okay? And then if I want to lift weights, I make myself do it in OCPs because it's way more uncomfortable than I won't want to do as often. Okay, because like lifting weights, oh my word, I love that so much. Just standing there, you know, getting yourself a good pump in. But all it does, I think I've said this before, in the Army, you need to be able to do like more like body weight exercises. Like if you can bench 100 pounds, no biggie. But if you can do like 100 push-ups, that's great. Because like some people, you know, like bodybuilders and stuff like that, they're like massive muscular, but they can't do cardio to save their life. So you have to be able to do cardio. You have to be able to run a lot and like be able to do a lot of chin-ups and garbage like that. So lifting weights doesn't really help in that aspect. Like obviously it's a good thing to be like if you can be strong and be good at cardio, go right on ahead. But I am not to the point where I can just fully have weight training into my exercises and just leave out cardio. Cardio, I have to really train on that often to keep up with it. Otherwise, I will not. But anyway, yeah. Actually, gonna end out the video here, low-key. Because it is almost 9:30. This is the latest I've stayed up probably all week. So, and I'm tired, guys. Can't wait to get to bed. Low-key actually need to do my hair for work tomorrow, though. Since we have to go to work in OCPs and not PTs, so I probably should do that before I go to sleep. But yeah, anyway, other than that, bye guys.